Howdy y'all, today is May 18th. Just picked up some pigs. We met up at Tractor Supply, so it was a little closer for both of us. He was running pigs down south and it just kind of worked out a little better. It was a bit closer than driving all the way out to his place. So picked up some pigs, 3 little pigs. They're super cute. They're Mangolese, so they've got that thick woolly coat. They're gonna look kind of like sheep, not as crazy, but loosely like that. So still some things to do before I let them out. I'm gonna test the fence, probably hook up that bottom wire again, see what that looks like, and then get them some food and water. As expected, there's not a lot of hit on that fence, so I think it's just grounding out, probably in some of the lower spots that the pigs have rooted up. I don't even think I have this bottom line hooked in. I don't plan on letting the pigs in here until this fully grows back, so we're gonna keep them in this smaller section for a little while. I doubt they're line trained, so got some lines up for them. And let me see if I can get this fence moving. All right, we are really gaining some ground pretty quick. The wire's getting quite a bit hotter just from a quick weed eat, and I've been shoveling some lines that were buried. And then I went ahead and cut this bottom line here off from the fence because there's no point in energizing that. So I just cut the jumper, not the actual fence. Since I don't plan on having the pigs in here anyway for a while, at least till the next batch. But we've just got 2 lines here running with some boards so they can see it a little better. I don't think they're trained. They're about 30 days old. I think they can easily walk under this, so I'm gonna put one more line down here on the bottom. One that's a little more visible, and then should be in business. Might do a little bit of weed eating over here, just because they are tiny, so they can get in there better. But I got them some food down there, and they'll be good. They won't be able to drink out of that for a while, so I still need to get them a little water bowl. They're a little in shock right now, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of time to chill out. I'm just sitting on the back line here, making sure they don't run through that, which they've already done once because they were completely freaked out. They're not line trained. Maybe they are. No, one just got zapped. So just gonna let them relax for a little while, explore, and then I'll get in there and get some more pictures for you guys. Now that the pigs are settled, the 2nd grade teacher is going to come drop off the chicks here in about 30 minutes. So I've got to get another coop set up for them really quick. I plan on moving those meat birds out probably around Wednesday. They'll be 3 weeks old at that point. They're getting their bigger adult feathers in, so I'm not too worried about the low temperatures for them anymore. So they can go out. Ideally, that's where I'd put the chicks, but I still have one empty coop. It just has tomatoes in it right now, so I'm gonna move the tomatoes out, put these chicks in. The chicks settled in really quick. The pigs are still a little skittish, but I mean, they're doing all right for now. So I do want to get a heat lamp in there. It's getting down to 50 tonight, so we still have a few nightly temperatures that are a little chilly for them. So I'll pop one in there. They haven't gone in the hut yet, but they've been around the front of it, so hopefully they figure it out. And would you look at that, there's eggs. That doesn't surprise me, actually. I thought there'd be more nests in here, but I did manage to get in here without scaring the pigs too bad. I don't want to stall too long on them, so I'm gonna get this hung. This chicken has been throwing a fit. So if I had to guess, that's probably her nest that's in there. Looks like there are a couple different colors though, but she might be wanting to get in there. I strung this extension cord around the other way just because the pigs are really skittish. I would like to run it on top of that line over there, but I'll do that in the next couple days. At least it's in there. I didn't spook them. I actually managed to get a couple pictures. Howdy y'all, today is May 19th. It feels amazing outside right now. Not boiling hot, not humid. It is just perfect. So, showed up to the farm. Pigs are still here, so I'm glad. They did find the hut, and they have been huddled under the little heat lamp most of the day. I've got chores done. I've got the chicks from the school project in here. Got one up on the roost there. I didn't count them, but there's not too terribly many. I do offer that the kids can adopt them, so there was a lot of adoption going on, so they can just buy them for a couple bucks. So a lot of families took up on the offer, and that's why I don't have too many this go around, because people were really wanting chickens, and that is fine. As far as the meat birds, they're looking good. I'm planning on putting them out on Wednesday. I got them another waterer in there because they're really starting to eat and drink more. It's gonna be kind of chilly tonight and tomorrow, so Wednesday's gonna be better, and that's when they'll be 3 weeks old. Also on this fence here, I had forgotten that I took down chicken netting I had on the bottom two rungs there, because the pigs are still so small that they can fit right through these little slats if they wanted to, so it looks really trashy, but it was a very quick fix. So I've not done the pigs yet. Hopefully they've settled in a little bit more today, so we will go get them some more food and water. You guys still a little skittish today, or are you a little better? You look happy. Oh, did you guys just find the eggs from yesterday? That's good stuff, isn't it? Did you guys like that? Is that pretty tasty? Yeah, that's good. You guys are so cute. Glad you guys are not as scared anymore. So looks like they dumped their water, so I'll get them that. Guess I moved a little too quick there. Sorry guys. All right, let me get them done. They definitely wore out the little heated part over there. I haven't really touched the other side too much yet, so at least they were in there getting a little heat off of that. Probably should put some straw in here in the next day or two, but see if they come over. Maybe I'll get lucky. They just cracked an egg and got really excited, so gave them some more. I have plenty that have little cracks or just don't quite meet the standards I want, so might as well give them to someone. This chicken is still not happy that the pigs took over her nesting area. She's just throwing a fit, and she's pacing back and forth, squawking, really just wanting in here, but it's just not gonna happen, is it? Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of the pigs. And they're kind of coming this way. See if they come over with me here. You gonna come and try and sneak some food? Is that what you really want? You trying to get in the hut? I was over at Tractor Supply earlier this morning and I picked up a couple small rubber troughs because I actually was using the pigs, but now that the pigs are back, this was kind of handy having them out here for the chickens. So I got one for grit and one for calcium. The reason I only got 3 pigs this go around, I was originally entertaining 4 to 5, but it's freezer space. The 3.5 Tiny Tim wasn't really full grown, and I mean, my freezer's packed, so I want to make sure I get through all that and then still, you know, not completely overcrowd anything. So that's the only reason I only got 3 this go around, simply freezer space. Next, I'm going to check out this swarm, the second swarm I caught here on the left. It's been just a smidge over a week, so I'm going to crack it open, make sure I see signs of a queen in there, some eggs. And then I do want to pull off that queen excluder on the bottom. So I just got the queen excluder pulled off, pretty quick and simple. It goes in between the bottom here and then the actual box. So the worker bees can pass through the slots, but the queen can't. It's nice to do on swarms, so that way they can't take off. If the queen leaves, everyone's going with her. So if you put that on and the queen is up in this box, she can't get out, and then she's just gonna start, you know, laying eggs, and the workers are gonna take care of her and work the hive. So I like doing that for about a week if I catch a swarm, just to make sure that they stay there, and after that they can do what they want. A very mellow hive to work with, didn't really have any bees coming after me, and very nice. Generally in the springtime they're pretty chill though. It's fall is when they get a little bit more aggressive. So they look great in there. They're still kind of tiny, but their population is going to kind of dwindle down for a little bit. But I did see some larvae in there. It was actually pretty good size. So the queen was already most likely getting busy in the swarm trap, and that's why we're already seeing some that are pretty decent size in there. So population is going to be exploding pretty soon. Let's check on the other hive really quick now. Their population should be doubling very soon, because I got them about 2 weeks before I got this other swarm. So I just want to check and make sure that they're doing good on space. Swarms really like to start working on comb building. So I put a few blank frames in there. So if they've filled those out, I'll be looking at putting another box on. This hive is quite a bit bigger. The swarm is also larger to start with too, so they are doing pretty good. On the blank frames, there's really only the 2 edge ones that they haven't quite done yet, so they're getting really close. It takes about 21 days for more workers to hatch out and start making the population boom in there, so I probably won't put a box on just yet, but we're getting close. Just found the first ripe strawberry. It looks like we're gonna have maybe 3 or 4 more that are gonna be ready tomorrow. So the bulk of them aren't coming in just yet, and I need to do some weeding out here, but I am really looking forward to eating this. Howdy out. Today is May 20th. We got tons of rain this morning. It was like a monsoon coming down, so it is pretty muddy. The chickens are out milling around. Yesterday evening I knew we were going to get a bunch of rain, so I threw out tons of grass seed on just all the bare spots around the farm, and I think the chickens are out there picking through everything, so hopefully I have something come up. But yes, we hear you, Rusty. But the pigs are doing good. They were out rooting around. They're already tearing up this little area pretty good because of the rain. They were hanging out outside, checking out the chickens. Chickens were checking out the pigs. It was kind of cute to watch. They've already been fed and watered. Inside their little pig hut, since it wasn't built up with straw, was pretty muddy. So I threw in some shavings. You can kind of see it there. So they should be good now, but it's amazing what 3 little pigs can do in a short amount of time. Now these birds, I was gonna start moving out. This is Kellogg's group here. There's, I don't know, 20 something birds in here. I have another coop outside done, but the weather's just been gross, and I figure I'll move the chicks and more birds out all at once, so that way I don't have to take up 2 nights to do it. So the next couple days, it's gonna be warming up, so I'll do it then. Howdy out. Today is May 22nd. It has been pretty chilly, pretty rainy, just damp out. I didn't move my meat birds out the other day. This sort of weather just is bad to move little birds out on the pasture, so I'm gonna wait a few more days. It looks like it'll warm up a bit better then. But because we have been getting a lot of rain, the pig hut, they've already kind of torn up the inside, so they need some bedding in there. It's hard to find straw bales this time of year, it seems. So I'm gonna throw this in here for them, keep them a little drier tonight. Yeah, it doesn't take them long to tear it up, but this will help them out. I have several more bags, so I'll probably be dumping all of them in today. But we'll see how they do with that. I didn't break it up because I know they enjoy playing with it. Oh, hi, piggies. Oh, a little scary. I've been getting some nose bumps, but not full on scratches. You guys gonna come over and say hi? Huh? Come say hi? The one in the middle is the least scared. You gonna go in? That was pretty good. All right, let me get you guys some food. And the chickens are definitely wanting some food as well. I will get you guys, don't worry. Just give me 1 second. I have a volunteer pumpkin plant coming up over here. My other pigs, this was their bathroom area, and they left a nice little pumpkin seed, and we've got a plant. You guys are getting so big. They are almost fully feathered, but I just don't want to stress them out, so I'm gonna get you guys some food. You guys are always hungry, so don't want to step on anybody. Pigs are done, meat birds are done. I usually top the meat birds off one more time before they're finished. So now, probably do the chicks next, the ones from the 2nd graders, and then work on the older girls. It's kind of hard to tell. I could have some pure Americanas and Buff Orpingtons, but I don't think any of those are going to be pure Buff Orpingtons. Looks like there's a little bit of influence there. Definitely some Americanas. Looks like we got some Cuckoo Marins in there, so there's a little bit of variety. Looks like maybe a couple roosters. Oh, you're so cute. And hopefully a good chunk of hens in there as well. And all that's left on the chore list are these birds out here. The moving the coops every other day has been really nice. Sometimes they do wear it out, the grass, a little bit more than I'd like, but I throw some seed down. You can tell where they have been versus where they haven't. It's a lot more darker green. Got a lot of good nitrogen going back in, which is great. But today is not a move day, so it's just food and water, and grab some eggs. Once it dries up a little bit, I do plan on starting to move the pigs down and through here. We're getting some nice new little growth in there. I sprinkled some seed a little bit everywhere, so ideally I would like to move them once they're really good and trained in here with the electric fence. They've been fine since I've got them minus day one. I would like to move them around. However, I also don't want them tearing up a bunch of stuff either. So we'll see how it works, but I'm almost done with chores. I've got to get in here, chickens, grab one more feeder, and then do the water. I've got the hose actually reaching all the way out here, which is nice. I've got 5 or 6 hooked up together, so I'm just about out of room on this one. Actually, a friend dropped this off, which was pretty handy, so thank you for that. But yeah, I usually can't reach all the way to the back, but it's a nice thought. I can't believe it, but they are actually drinking out of that larger trough. It's a little bit of a stretch, but they can make it. So I have another little one there that they're all stepping in at the moment, but good to know. I'm not real happy with my loofah germination rate. I planted 60 feet and only got 15 plants that came up, so I don't know. I might throw some beans in there just to fill out some of the empty spots. We'll see. Also, my sugar snap peas aren't coming up really well either. The ones that did come up kind of got nibbled off, so I have 2 good plants, 2 nibbled up, and then nothing. So this 10-foot row here was all sugar snap, and there's not one. So I'm going to replant those. And then also I have some more radish that I'm going to plant. These are coming up pretty good here, so I'm gonna just plant in between the ones that are already started, so that way I kind of get a little bit of back and forth on the harvest going. Howdy out. Today is May 23rd. Super sunny but super windy out today, so anything in the garden with weed cloth is not going to happen. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Maybe tomorrow will be a little better. So I'm just going to spend the day cleaning the barn because it could really use it. It's getting pretty trashy, so I'll get that cleaned up today. I would like to set it for the farmer's market because it's about 2 weeks away already, which is crazy. So I kind of want to get the tent out and tighten some things up and work on the display. Barn is coming along, and now it is time to do chores. I'm about halfway done at this point. Today I would like to move this net for the first time and get that going, so shouldn't take too terribly long, but because the grass has grown up, it might take a little bit to work that fence out, but not gonna be too bad. Well, it looks like I lost a chicken. You can see some feathers right there. I knew that was a risk, letting the chickens run around. I don't know how old or not that is. It looks like it was only one bird. In the beginning, I did have chickens liking to hang out in the woods there. Might have been what happened, but bummer, but just a risk that it's just gonna take. So it doesn't look like I'm really missing many birds, which is nice. Just one straggler there. All right, the new area is all set up. It goes just a little bit past the pig pen there. I think the chickens are already enjoying the shorter grass. A little bit different area to roam around. You know, even though it looks like I had a bird get grabbed by something, I think the chickens are ultimately a lot happier out running around doing whatever they want versus cooped up. Right, chickens? They were always on pasture, always getting fresh grass, but I mean, this way they can just do what they want.